Well, I really should get you friends up to date. As you see, uh, the disaster is because I'm packing, and life as I know it is going to change again. But it's okay. So, as I pack, uh, it's not even bittersweet. In fact, I'm looking forward to moving on. I'm looking forward to leaving this place. It served a great purpose in my life for the time, and and that's what I hope when people follow me, when they watch my life, that the one thing they come away with is that no matter what we go through in this journey called life, that it's good. It's good. Even, the things that I have been faced with, the divorce, the loss of my home, the husband, a dog, um, my job, my career, my health with my back and with this cancer. But I don't look back and say, oh, I just can't believe the things I've been through. I can't believe the hardships. Oh, no, I actually look back and I count it all joy. I really do. I really feel what Paul was saying, because the riches of what I have gained in this journey has actually given me this intangible prize that I just can't explain to people how valuable it is. And it's more valuable than rubies and pearls and cars and houses and money and all of that. It's worth more than all of that. And to say that the Lord has brought me a long way, He's brought me a long way. Now, one of the things that I haven't shared with you friends yet amongst this, see, look at it, the boxes are gone. I'm packing, but as I keep moving here, one of the things I have not shared with you is my incredible story of my next step. Now, you have heard. Now, one of the things I haven't shared is the rest of the story. And there's a beautiful rest of the story as I stand here amongst all this. I'm going to try to keep moving here. The rest of the story is, and I know I've shared with you my devotion, and you kind of heard about the Lord, saying 3 times, I'm sending him back, I'm sending him back. In the interim, if you watch some of my devotionals, yes, I have been in a state of not dragging my feet, but I was like, really, 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 this is what you want me to do? And to make a long story short, I will be going back to Wisconsin. Of course, that was my plan anyway after school. My plan was to graduate, go back to Wisconsin, see my family, and spend time with my family. I love a little Sophia. She's just the sweetest thing. And going back to see, my brother and my other niece and my mom. Oh, I miss my mom. My mom just wants me there. And I love Wisconsin. Every time I go back to Wisconsin, I feel like I am coming back home because I was born and raised there. And me and my ex-husband spent over 20 some years there. And when I went back and spent the summer there, I wasn't even supposed to spend the summer there. I was only supposed to be there for a family reunion. I ended up staying till fall. I loved going to all the old places where I used to bike, where I used to paddle, where I used to hunt. Um, and I began to realize that I built a whole life in Wisconsin. And although Idaho is beautiful, I really began to realize like my roots are in Wisconsin. But now, with that said, my roots now are with the Lord. And I don't know what his plan is. I always pray for, Lord, use me in a big way, just the biggest way that you can. I want to serve you. But instead of going straight home, I have been offered a beautiful gift. Now, I'll try to make this real quick because my videos get so long. But And in fact, hang on, let me get one more haul out here. Hang on, I'll put you on pause. All right, I'm moving out here just to take a quick little break. But here's the next journey, or the next chapter that I haven't told you about. And the reason why is it just happened within the last couple days. So I already had looked into how I was going to get back up to Wisconsin, and you know, things just weren't falling into place. So number one for me is my health and school. And it just seemed like I didn't feel settled with going back to Wisconsin, and there was a reason why. I began to realize that I'm not finished with school, and this is a priority. And I just know if I go back too soon to Wisconsin, I'm going to be distracted. I know myself, I'm going to be distracted, and I really need a regimented order, because you know, I have a tendency to have a little bit of ADD. I just do. And school really keeps me on the straight and narrow. It keeps me focused. And I want to finish this medical missionary training. The other thing is my health. Now, as hopefully many of you knew, that when I came here, there was miracle after miracle. I continued to receive my cancer treatment. That was a blessing, because not only was I going to school here, but they allowed me to eat in the lifestyle center with the guests. So I got 100% fully organic food. I was receiving juices then after a month. They were only charging $1 for the juices. And then they started my fever baths, which was awesome. So I had full cancer treatment while going to school. The unfortunate thing is, and I'm just going to be honest with you, the manager of the lifestyle center came back and he said no more meals at the lifestyle center. He said that decision was made when I wasn't here, and I'm not going to allow it. So he took that away, and that was, you know, he's a businessman, so that, you know, that's just the way it is. So I didn't get my organic meals anymore. And then he said the decision about the juices while I was gone was that you were being charged $1. He says they're not $1, they're $2 a piece. And when you start adding up 3 juices a day, and for me it was too much. And that was too much for some of the other gals who were receiving it too. So we actually stopped our juices. We didn't get our juices anymore because of the increased cost. You know, and I know that's sad, but that's just reality. So that blessing was, you know, kind of came to an end, and then no more fever baths. The one day he came and talked to me, and then he said something about my hydrotherapy. And then I was actually supposed to go to hydrotherapy that day, and they said, no, you can't have hydrotherapy. You can't. And I'm like, why? They're like, not until you talk to Pierre. And from there on out, I didn't get any more fever baths. So for almost 2 months now, I have had no cancer treatment. And I will admit, it's been really hard getting up every day with the reality that the Lord has brought me far. He has healed me. And I know that, I don't know how to put this. I just know I will be fully restored, but it takes time to be fully restored sometimes, because I didn't get this way overnight. But the problem is with school and not having any of those treatments anymore, it's been really hard for me. I haven't been able to juice myself. I haven't been able to, I've been eating at the student center, and they do a wonderful job. But again, I'm very limited in what I get. So my diet has suffered. Just taking care of myself has suffered. And I know I look good, but I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good. I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I was, 3-4 months ago. And I know that. And now if I go back to Wisconsin, I'm going to be in the same boat as I was. I'm struggling to take care of myself. And how can I help others when I can't even help myself? So this is the line that I was standing on. Do I go back up to Wisconsin, or is the Lord going to lead me someplace else? And I just started pleading with him. I'm like, Lord, I need help. I need help. I need help. I can't go back like this. I've got school and my health, and I need something. Just like how I was crying out in Wisconsin, because I had gotten to the point where I just knew I couldn't do it anymore on my own. And if I stayed, it was going to be the death of me. emotionally and just physically. And it has nothing to do with my family. It has to do with me. And I started feeling that. And so lo and behold, so what I decided to do is just take the bull by the horns, and I started calling some lifestyle centers. And to be honest with you, I was not going to return to Wildwood at their lifestyle center. I just, that was not a place that it was done with, it was over with. So I started calling some lifestyle centers, and I got a hold of 2 of them, and they were very costly. So I explained my situation as a medical missionary student, that I was from Wildwood, and and they're like, "Oh, wow, yeah, okay. So we'll see what we can do for you, because I'm a medical missionary student. I'm like one of theirs. I'm in the fold." So the first place got back a hold of me, and they offered a discount. It was a good discount, but it still was pretty pricey. But they lacked what the other place had, which was like a hyperbaric chamber, and a specific intense cancer treatment. This other place, which is located in Colorado, has a cancer treatment session. It's very, very popular, very well known, very established, and very intense. And I thought, Lord, oh man, if I could have my dream, that would be it right there. So of course I prayed. I got a hold of the other place and prayed about it. They were very nice, and they said they would get back to me and they would talk to the president. And then of course, and God uses other people also to help answer prayers. I had a friend here on campus, Eleanor, who was praying for me. She knew my situation, and she got up. I'm sorry, I'm back inside. I got interrupted, but I was saying, in fact, I was interrupted by Eleanor, my girlfriend. But this is what I wrote in my journal, what Eleanor sent me this morning when she was praying. She sent me a text, and she said, "I was considering the good things we're getting here are not here anymore." 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm sorry. I was interrupted actually by Eleanor, but here's the text that she sent me. I actually wrote it down, and I want to read this to you. She was talking about considering the good things that were given to me here at Wildwood, and they're not here for me anymore. And she said, my treatment had stopped, no fever bath, no meals. And she said, "I was impressed to tell you, wherever you are going, God is going to give you something better. Because it's familiar territory, it's not meeting your needs. But God is taking you here to a better place." And she said, "I was praying and I felt impressed to tell you." This is how awesome God is, because I went up to the library after actually listening to her text message, and I decided, I'm not going to wait for this Colorado place to call me. I'm just going to call them. I'm tired of waiting, and I'm going to take the bull by the horns. And so I called them. And Kirsten picked up the phone, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we were waiting for your application." And I said, "No, I put it in. I put it in while I was on the phone with you a couple of days ago." And she said, "Oh, well, we didn't get it. But hang on, I'm gonna talk to the IT department." She's like, "I'll call you back." And I'm like, "Wait, no, don't, I want to know what the president said." And so, okay, I'm like, "Lord, So she calls me back, and in the meantime, I fill out another application. And she said, "Okay, we got your application." And I said, "Well, what did the president say?" And she said, "Oh." "Oh yeah." She says, "Well, yeah, you're coming, we want you here." And I'm like, "What?" And she says, yeah, you're like a third patient, and we're just so excited about having you." And I said, "Now, hang on. You know what I can pay. You know my circumstances. You know I'm a medical missionary student." And she says, "You're coming." I said, "For the cancer treatment?" "Yes." For 2 weeks?" She said, "Yes." So the rest of my news is, not only am I moving out of here, not only will I sooner or later get back to Wisconsin to see my family, but for the time being, the Lord has blessed me richly with the gift of getting myself back on track with this cancer. And He is sending me to a beautiful place in Colorado. And I will be leaving on the 10th and flying out and staying in Colorado for 2 weeks for intense cancer treatment. I'm so happy. So you see, you never know what God has for you. But even if you don't know, just know it's good. No matter what your circumstances are, no matter what you've been through, press into him and trust him. You know, he's come to give us life abundantly. He has not come to kill, rob, and destroy like Satan. So remember that, you know. Remember who your Savior is and what he did on the cross for you and that intense, deep love he has for you. I am living proof. I am living proof. I'm living proof of how good God is and how he is your only resource. You know what? Just remember, it's not your job that's your resource. It's not your portfolio. It's not the money you have stuffed away. It's not all your things, your house and your land, and it's not, you know, it's not even your degrees, your PhDs, your bachelor's degrees, whatever it is, your skill as a mechanic or a plumber. It's none of that. Because you wouldn't have any of that if it wasn't for God giving you the gift and the ability, right? It all comes from God. It all belongs to God. Never forget that either. Everything belongs to him. And until you get to that place, you'll never be able to taste Jesus. It takes us a long time sometimes to get to that place. And I had to go through my own trials and my own temptations and my own failings to get to that place. I had to get to a place where I had to learn how to let go of things and not depend on worldly things anymore. And it was tough. But then again, what a beautiful blessing. So there you go. Next time you see me, I'll be in Colorado. Well, I'll try to get some videos out before that. But in the meantime, this whole week I'm going to spend a week at a friend's house. She opened her house to me. She's a lovely lady. Her name is Barbara. She's an Adventist, and she opened her house to me. She's not there. She stays in Nashville. She says the whole house is yours. My lovely niece is going to be driving me to the airport, so I don't have to worry about groom transportation because they're shut down. I have my other best friend. She's just unable to do it, and she's busy. So it just worked out so perfectly. I mean, so perfectly. Things just fell into place. I didn't even have to fret. And that's what God wants. He doesn't want us to fret. He's like, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're having problems getting a ride. I got backup plans for you. All right. So God is good, and I'm getting there. I'll get there. I'll get there. All right. We'll see you on the journey, my friends.